Nanon kiss. Yes! Oh my god. Today is so hot. Thank god I have my pink milk with bubble tea. Now I feel better. So I was supposed to have like a chill little day. What happened? My charger decided to die again. So yeah, that's how my fucking morning went. But honestly, I wouldn't have minded. The only thing is I was a bit stressed because tonight I have an event. And this is the purpose of this video. So, my precious Gmmtv movie announced a while ago, right? Well, finally, after I think it's been over a year and a half, it's gonna be out in theaters. And actually, the first time ever is gonna be today. And guess who's gonna go there? Yours truly! So I hesitated a little bit about going there. I don't really know why. I think it's because there's none of my like ultimate favorites in the movie, but there's a lot of my like faves, honestly. Still, I love the whole cast except one person. So I paid 520 baht for the whole thing, and so it's about 1 or 2 euros more than what I would pay to the movie theater in France. So it's like, okay, it's not that expensive. Like, yeah, it is twice as expensive as a regular ticket, but like for premiere, where a lot of actors I love and I've been following for fucking so long are gonna be, I think it's worth it. So I decided to go, and so this is what we're gonna do today. So allow me to have a little break because I'm dead, and then I'll get ready while telling you more details about the movie, and then we shall get going. It's raining. I swear guys, this today is not my day, but I'm a bit like excited but also a bit scared about today. I don't know why. I mean, that's a lie. I absolutely know why. Like, every time I go to a fun thing, I'm just stressed out. I don't know. I feel like it's because I've been used to like never getting to participate into this kind of stuff, and so also I'm a foreigner and most fans like are Thai, so I know I'm gonna stand out like a fucking sore thumb, and I just feel really awkward about that. But this should be fine. Like, this is just like a movie, right? But then I thought only the cast of the show, which is already a big deal. And then it was announced that more Gmmtv artists were coming, including some of my very fucking faves. Like, we have 3/3 of CZ coming. We have Drake Laedike, who's one of my ultimate favorite guys. Like, I adore him. He's so fucking underrated. And we have Papeng, which has quickly became like one of my underrated faves. Like, I love this man. So yeah, there's many people. I'm forgetting so many people because there's like about 10 other people, and I'm like super excited and super happy, but now I'm even more stressed because I care about them a lot. Like, I know there's too many people I love coming. Like, it's too much. So there's 2 tiers of seats. I chose the cheapest one for sure. So I think I'm gonna be, I kind of wanted to be in front to be as close as possible to the actors, but I literally don't know how it's gonna go at all. Like, I know usually in France, premieres have like the director and the actors on stage like answering questions and stuff, but I don't really know how it's gonna go here. I'm sure they're gonna like appear. I mean, they're gonna be here. I don't know, we shall see. This is an adventure. I'm discovering things as much as you are. Like, I literally don't even know if there are gonna be subtitles. Like, thank goodness I understand Thai pretty well, because like I'm thinking probably yes, but maybe not for the premiere. I don't know. About the movie in itself, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like the most hyped up. I feel like it's a very classic Thai movie about a high school romance. So that's also, I think, why I hesitated to go to the premiere. That being said, I'm coming in with an open mind, but to be honest, I kind of sabotaged this movie because just a couple days ago I watched OMG Oh My Girl, which is also a movie that has a very basic plot, but I really loved it. It reminded me tremendously of Theory of Love, which is, as everyone knows, one of my favorite Thai dramas ever. And yeah, so I think both movies are gonna be pretty similar in their simplicity, so I feel like maybe I kind of sabotaged My Precious, because I think I'm necessarily gonna compare it to OMG Oh My Girl that I just watched. It was not on purpose, but I do think I'm a pretty fair person. I'm also a very good public. Like, I like most movies I've ever seen. Like, I'm very, very easy to please. So yeah, we shall see how it goes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really hope it goes well because I'm so tired. I have very little patience today. So I will be filming on my phone like I did for the Love Out Loud Fan Fest, because I'm scared they're not gonna let me in with the camera. So anyways, I am ready. I'm gonna go now before it starts raining again, and I'll take you with me on my phone. Let's go. So the ground was still wet when I went out, but thankfully it didn't rain for the rest of the day. Honestly, I feel like just getting to Siam Paragon took a lot of my energy, but I was determined to make it through. Every time I come to Siam Paragon, I'm reminded of Lovesick the series, and what's even funnier is that my Thai friends have confirmed to me that they hung out there a lot in high school, so the show was definitely accurate. I made my way to the highest level because I guessed the movie theater would be there, and honestly I didn't expect to be greeted by so many eyes on me, waiting by the escalators. Once I arrived, I walked around a little bit and spotted the merchandise booth, but I couldn't find where to withdraw my tickets. After asking a GMMTV staff member, I got my ticket and checked out a bit more of the crowd before going down to get dinner. As I went down though, the fan screams made me look up and I saw Nanon and Saisi on the balcony. Even though I felt like I was gonna miss some stuff, I headed down to the food court and I specifically wanted to find a Vietnamese restaurant I had previously eaten at. I did. Then, after a bathroom break, I went back up and it had gotten even more crowded. I was sad to learn that the press conference that I thought was gonna happen inside of the movie theater itself happened outside in the hall, and I had missed most of it. It was so crowded a girl was watching what was happening in front of us on a live stream instead. And then it happens. Winnie from my school president literally appeared out of nowhere and I was in his way. I scrambled out of the way as quick as possible and ended on every video of him from that event. In conclusion, an accidental slay. The fan screams started becoming louder by the minute as more actors passed through, so I filmed some random moments of it. I did get to hear Nanon sing though, which was nice. After staying until the end of the conference, it was time to actually go inside the movies. The theaters were actually up another hidden level and the vibe there was way less chaotic. Then I finally arrived in Theater 8, which was where I could watch the movie. I got to pick up a poster of the show and random photo cards. I was one of the earliest people inside the theater and my seat was all the way in the front. Sadly, there was no stage separating me from the screen, so it was way too close. I almost complained, but then GMMTV actors started arriving to the theater, and even though I couldn't really see them clearly, knowing I was in the same room as them definitely lightened my mood. I'll go for a lightning round of everyone I saw in the theater, on top of Winnie, obviously, and the cast of the movie who are coming right up. Louis, Pricking, Force, Saisi, Jan, Jane, Puin, Jungdunk, An, and Tui from Project Alpha. Yes, I watched the movie with them in the room. Again, what a slay. Then I looked at the exit door that the GMMTV crew had just opened and I saw Film and Nanon's face appear through it. And then the full cast of the movie appeared and I lost my marbles because they were literally so close to me. There was nothing separating us. They were like 3 meters away. I still can't believe this happened. Sadly, they stayed very little, but also they had to greet 3 theaters that night, so I get it. And I was just really happy to see them in real life, especially so close, and they're all so beautiful. And then it was movie time, and honestly I moved seats to be more comfortable and see the screen clearly, which was the best decision ever. Here's the ending credits, and now back to At Home Axel. Wait, huh? And I just realized this is a folder. Okay. I really like this movie. But before I tell you my full thoughts, there's gonna be 3 parts to this. First, before the movie. Then, I want to talk about the movie without any spoilers. So you can stay if you don't want to be spoiled. It's okay, I will not say any spoiler except one, but it's not a spoiler. It's just like a moment that probably you've already heard about. Like, I think there are 2 moments in this movie that people ran to Twitter to tweet about. Okay? And these are gonna be in the video. One in the no spoiler section because it's just a silly little thing. The second one in definitely the spoiler section because that fucking shit was insane. So I arrived and I already saw like the whole setup where I knew that the press conference that usually happens after the movie would happen before and would happen in the whole of the cinema. And now everything made sense because when I bought my tickets, you could choose from 3 different theaters. And I was like, that's weird. So I was like, oh, probably it's just an area. So I thought one of them was the area in front and then there was the 8 and the 9. It was left and right? No. And so then I got my ticket. That was pretty easy. I mean, they did ask to see my card though. I was like, to confirm that I paid and everything. I was like, okay. And then I went back up and I was the only non-Asian person in that fucking hall. Like the only, I didn't see, that's not true. I saw a couple more white people, but they were not in my movie theater. I was sticking out like a sore thumb, but at this point, I embrace it. Because you know what? When the actors come out, their eyes catch on me. So I've noticed at least. In my opinion, there should have been only one theater, a really big one. I don't think this one was the biggest one they could have done. Yeah, so in my opinion, they should have done everything inside the theater. So anyways, I get to the level 8 and I get the staff and they give me, again, this. And they let me choose this. Okay, I have a sticker, my precious. It's very cute. And I have photo cards inside. So I knew I wasn't gonna mention him because I don't want to draw drama in this shit. But you know what? I think I need. So obviously the one person I was not excited that kind of lost my favors in the cast is Om, okay? We all know what happened to him. If you don't know, Google. And I knew when I chose the cards, Om would be in there. I was like... The one card I don't want, like I didn't really care about the rest, but my like ultimate pick would have been Film, View, the 2 girlies, my faves, and Neo or Shimon, but mostly Neo. I do love Neo a lot. And I got none of them. I got one that I did want, which was Shimon, so I got Shimon. I really liked him in this movie. I really liked him. I've always kind of liked him, but not like from afar. I think with Dangerous Romance and how hyped I am for it this year, I might become a Shimon stan. I have like this card. Let me focus. Then I have Euro. And then obviously I have Home. So I had chosen my seat at the very front row, which obviously when you go to the movie, usually you know to not put yourself in the front row because you're not gonna see anything. So when I was buying my ticket, they said stage. So I was like, oh my god, so this is where the conference was gonna be. And I was like, oh no, but there's the VIP level before us, but they just said the stage would be here just to tell us like this is the front and this is the back, obviously, okay? So I hesitated. I went back and forth, 8 in the front or 8 in the back. I was like, in the front. And I don't regret it. I literally saw Forrest with his glasses from A Boss and a Babe. I was like, I'm recognizing you, babe. Like, you're my underrated fave, okay? Like, I was so happy. I was waving at him. He did not see me. I was so far away. But anyways, I was very happy just to wave at him, okay? Then, the main cast comes from in front of me, literally maybe 3 meters away. They came in so fast, so the whole them being here lasted 1 minute, like maybe under 1 minute. But I was still happy. I was like, okay, I got to see them so fucking close. Like, I was waving at them. They looked at me because again, I was the only white person here. I was like, oh my god, okay, you know what? It's cute. It's cute. And you know the funniest part? The one who waved at me was You know what? At this point, I'm not even a hater of him. I'm just like, he's disappointing me so fucking much. But I'm still, you know, Axel from 2019 that was like literally crying in front of his Coming to Me and do the movie would eat this shit up, you know? And so, you know, I'm doing this for past Axel. And apart from that, like the viewing experience was not that good. It was like a lot of people kept moving during the show. Like a lot, I've never seen this. Like during the movie, they moved. I had a girl literally sit next to me for the first time ever. She was not next to me before. For the last like 15 minutes of the movie. I was like, bitch, the fuck? Why are you? I felt like they were playing like the musical chairs, you know, they were like exchanging. I was very, very confused the whole time. So I don't know what was up with that. Also, a lot of people were on their phone and they were not trying to hide it, and it's very annoying. I don't like this at all. So that was for the movie-going experience thingy. It was fine. Could have been better. Now, the movie. The no spoiler is I really like this movie. In fact, for the first half, more than half, I was like, I actually love this movie, like a lot more than I expected. I would have given it probably an 8.5 out of 10, but then the ending for me kind of, yeah, so today I felt like I would give it a 7.5 or 8, but overall I did really like this movie. What I like the most is, and this is something I realized, and this is something that I really am interested in as a screenwriter myself, and also as someone who watches a lot of fucking media. Something I've noticed is you can take the most simple and basic plots, and as long as you add scenes that stand out and scenes that are very original and that will mark the memory of the viewer, you're fine. And here there were a lot of standout moments. Like, there are scenes from this movie I am not ready to forget, okay? For me, it was a very well written movie, apart from but in general I kind of disagree with the overall it's complicated. I need to spoil you to say that, but overall I was kind of disappointed with the ending. So for me it was really a great movie. I think the performances shined so much. Nanon and Film, absolutely amazing chemistry. We saw that in Dirty Laundry. It was even better here. Like, it was really, they were really good, and there's a really cute scene that I will talk about in more detail later. So I really love them together. I was really shipping them hard, and yeah, Nanon in my opinion was perfect for this role. He was truly amazing. I'm not the biggest Nanon fan, but I do really love his acting so much. Every time I see a project with Nanon, I just know he's gonna slay, you know. So I just love seeing this. He was particularly amazing in this, and I think it's the first time I see him in a comedic role where I'm like 100% convinced. The acting from everyone I think was perfect. I especially loved Shimon in that role, because Shimon, on the contrary, I've never really seen him in like a really truly comedic role. He was really cute in that. Like, again, I'm becoming a Shimon stan. I really liked him in this movie a lot. Om also did a great job. Like, obviously, again, I have my feelings about him, but overall, I think we all agree Om is a really great actor. Euro, I was happy to see him in like a more like bigger role, and Neo was Neo, you know. Like, at this point, like, this man is just the comedian of the new generation at Gmmtv. So I was not surprised by his performance, but he did great. And View was amazing. Her role was so small. Literally, she's 8. Like, when they're she's hugging Film's character once they graduate, and she's crying. Like, she didn't have to give it all that. It's one scene. Like, it's like 4 seconds on screen. Her and Film are my 2 underrated girlies. Like, I will die for them. I love them so much. They're so good. Because the movie is set during the Y2K fear of the 2000s, where everyone was scared that the world was ending and that computers were gonna break down and everything. Everyone was scared. We get to see a lot of cultural things that are really nice, and in 2004 we get to see the tsunami and the repercussions. It's not the big I mean, it is an important plot point, and I do really love when Thai movies incorporate a lot of Thai culture into them. Yeah, it was really nice, and I also like that we see them doing the Lokratong together. It was very cute. Yeah, overall I just really like these kind of cultural moments and cute moments that again make the movie stand out. I keep saying show because I'm not used to Gmmtv having movies. I love that we saw Drake in this, so I was really glad. Everyone knows I have my top 4 favorite actors. It's Jumpon, Montano Chai, Tetawan, Drake Laidiki. He had a small role and he could speak with his northern accent too, so that was very cute. And he punches Nanon and knocks him out. Slay! I also wanted to say there's a lot of Nanon and Shimon crumbs, so this movie made me realize I actually would have wanted Nanon and Shimon to have a ship. During the movie I was like, oh my god, I kind of love them together. Like, I never really noticed them. Of course, like every other beach, I kind of shipped Pang and Wave in the Gifted, but I never was like, oh my god, they really need to happen. I didn't see it, and then in this movie they had a lot of cute bestie moments. Like, nothing very shippy, but I was like, I felt like they would have been so fucking cute. Anyway, so that was my feelings about that. I really did like the friendship in this. The characters are very fleshed out. I really like that a lot of them have like a nickname or things like that. Like, they have very very big traits. So even though it's a very simple story and they are not very fleshed out, we are given enough to like get attached to them. So there are two scenes that I know are gonna be the two scenes that are the most talked about, okay? One, I'm gonna give it to you now in the non-spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It doesn't add really anything to the movie, but it adds a lot. You're gonna see why. I saw Nanon's ass. I saw his whole backside, besties. The girlies in the theater were screaming. Like, I was like, okay, that's a risky thing, because we all know how BL fans are. They're fucking toxic and obsessed and weird, and so his ass is gonna make the, like, especially with Twitter not being regulated at all, his ass is gonna like make the rounds on Twitter, okay? And that's very bold of him, and I appreciate him, and he's gonna get very sexualized. But you know what? I appreciate him for doing this, because especially in Thailand, usually there's not a lot of nudity. So yeah, it was a thing that I did not expect to see from this very innocent looking movie, right? But you know what? An ass is an ass, like, slay, to be honest, like. Anyways, let's get to the spoiler section. So now you can quit, you can say bye-bye if you don't want to know the spoiler, because I'm gonna spoil bestie, okay? Now we can talk about it in more detail. I didn't love that the ending is what it is, even though I loved one moment in the ending. They're making all of their actors make out with each other with no reason, and you know what? Is exactly why I'm here. I didn't like that it was a sad ending at all. Like, for me it was so silly, because for me it was very forced. Like, okay, they have this big fight that was honestly not that deep, and yeah, they're very dumb, but for me the fact that they didn't get back together is literally the most stupid thing I've ever seen. Like, for me it was very dumb, because they had no reason not to talk to each other again after that. Like, in my opinion, Tong should have gone after her, like, obviously. Like, it was so obvious. And obviously I understand that this is the purpose of the movie, because we see at the end that Tong goes back in his mind, in a parallel universe. He goes back to hug her and kiss her in the rain instead of leaving her like he does in the actual reality. And for a moment I was like, oh, so this was just like what could have happened if they didn't get back together. No, the reality is that they don't end up together. Like, she marries another dude. I get the vision and I respect it. I just didn't love it. I really didn't. For me it was a bit convoluted for no reason, and it was a bit, I feel like the message of the show kind of lost its, yeah, I think this is my issue. The movie, I don't really get the message. I don't know, for me the ending kind of left not a bitter taste in my mouth, but it definitely lowered the grade I wanted to originally give the show, because before that it's such a fun show. There are so many scenes that are really, really impactful. Like, really, these are the scenes that are gonna be like stay burned in my mind for a long time. One of them being that Nanon kissed Fluk Pusit, and like, not just like made the fuck out, jumped on him, pushed him on the table and jumped on him. And then we saw Neo kiss Fluk Pusit. What the hell is this movie, folks? So, because probably a lot of people are not gonna watch the show. In the show, as I said, it's a sad ending, and Film's character, Lin, ends up marrying another dude. At the end, because the whole group of friends, so Nanon, Om, Shimon, Euro, and Neo, all of them loved Lin, were in love with her. So they're all heartbroken. So at the end, they go to tease the groom, and they're like, can we kiss Lin for the last time, because now she's married. And the groom, who's played by Fluk Pusit, once again, Fluk Pusit is an icon on his own way. Like, I've been talking about him since day one. He is an icon, and he will forever be now, because this man has kissed like literally everyone at Gmmtv. He has had ships with everyone. Anyway, so then he's like, sure, you can kiss her, but first you have to kiss me. And then all the other guys, they're like, ah. And Nanon, the insane person he is, literally jumps on Fluk Pusit, makes the fuck out with him. And then the other guy's like, okay, let's do it. And then Neo jumps on Fluk Pusit. Absolutely the most iconic scene I've seen in a while. It is made more iconic because the fact that I literally know every actor's involved. And I just love that in this movie, we have 4 Nanon ships. We have the Nanon film ship, we have Nanon, obviously, who are like the biggest ship. And then there's the Nanon Shimon ghost ship that was very, very big. I think people forget how fucking big the Nanon Shimon ghost ship was before Nanon took off. And then now we have a new ship, which is Nanon and Flukpusit. And honestly, they bodied that. I just thought of a couple more things I wanted to say about the spoiler version of my review. First of all, I really loved how each side character has its own thing. We have who always has a boner. We have Neo's character who is the scratcher. That's his nickname because he's always scratching his ass and his balls and everything. And then we have Euro's character, which is kind of the goody two shoe. Also, he's fat. And then we have Shimon's character, who's kind of the cool one, but he's kind of a loser at the same time. I don't know how to describe, but his character is really fun in my opinion. So I wanted to precise these things. Also, I want to talk about one scene that I absolutely loved. So there is this scene where basically when they go off to university, they're not in the same university because Film's character was not accepted in her dream university, which is a whole plot point. And by the way, when she's crying about it, Nanon's character come to comfort her and he wants to confess his love at that moment, and she's crying and she's like, Tong, this is not the moment for love confession right now. This movie is really fun, y'all. Like, I really loved it. It was very fun. I was laughing the whole time, honestly. So that was very iconic. But also then they get into university. She's accepted in Songkhla University, so in the south of Thailand, and Tong, so Nanon's character, comes to visit her and they stay in the same room and he's sleeping on the floor and she's the one who invites him in the bed, and he's so awkward and so shy and he's so cute, and they almost kiss, and then he pulls away because he's so shy and he's like, I think we should hold hands first before we kiss. And then she's like, she shows him her hand and she's like, okay, let's hold hands. And he's like, I think I should ask you to be my girlfriend before we hold hands. He looks like a kid in this and he's so cute, and I wanted to squish his cheeks, and just it was one of the cutest scenes I've ever seen, honestly. Like, it's a like very cliche scene, oh, they shared bed, they kiss, like we've seen that 100 times before, but because they put a twist on it, it was so adorable. One of the strong points of this movie is that it manages really to create some very impactful scenes, even with a very, very basic story. And I'm very excited because what that tells me is that, like, clearly Gmmtv put a lot of effort into this movie, and what that tells me is once they start, because this is a remake, by the way, I just learned about it like right now, so once they start actually like doing non-remakes and original scripts, but still they can incorporate their really great writing, their really great execution, and their very impactful scenes, I think they can create some really good movies. And yeah, it was a really nice movie. I really want to rewatch it like right now. So yeah, it was just like a really cute movie, really impactful. Like, there's a lot of moments that I really, really liked. But yeah, overall, I did really like this movie. I wish the ending was different, but in a way I don't really mind. Like, it's not that I didn't want necessarily a sad ending, it's just that for me it was very forced. Like, it made no sense in my opinion for these characters, because these are characters that pretty much immediately were like, okay, we like each other, even though they didn't say it. So it's kind of makes no sense that after one little fight they like pull away that much, and then she meets another guy and gets married to him. Like, it's just a bit random. So anyways, overall I am happy that I paid for this premiere and everything. I do not regret it at all. I saw a lot of my faves today and it was just like very nice. So yeah, that was my conclusion. Anyways, I'm very tired, it's very hot, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit chaotic, like it always is with me. That's just how it is, bestie. And I hope you are well. I hope you will watch this movie and tell me what you think about it once you watch it in the comments down below. And yeah, I'm just like, for me it's these special moments that like I was in the batch of the first people in this world to watch this movie, just because I live in Thailand now. It's fucking awesome, like the fuck. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time and have a great day.